everyone, welcome to another Something Bad Thursday. And today I thought it would be interesting to briefly address a topic that really frustrates me and I think probably frustrates a lot of people out there. And I think it's such a bad and unnecessary um, means to start pointless arguments. And I think a lot of the times it really leads to a lot of dysfunctional um, I guess you could say relationships, as well as um, just people who are incapable of reasoning or coming to the table as far as compromise is concerned. And usually that comes from people creating drama. Now, I'm not talking about the drama as a genre that you see like throughout films and television. Although the only thing that really basically describes what I am talking about is really reflected in reality TV. You know, that kind of drama. It's very stupid and pointless. The things that they bring up to argue over is just insane. Um, just the whole spectacle that people create. And this is not just, from a and I'm not just talking from a reality TV standpoint. I'm talking in real life, because a lot of the things that happen in reality TV, although way over exaggerated, are sort of similar to the things that I've come to um, sort of experience throughout my young adult life. And I think it's really unnecessary, and I think it just creates more problems and more people being unable to get along with each other. Now, I'm not necessarily saying the drama that comes from one particular gender, because, I mean, no gender knows drama, but at the same time, I still feel like, there is a lot of emotional manipulation involved when you're creating drama, because you're over exaggerating things that don't need to be a big deal, which again leads to complaining, to yelling, to fighting and argument. And I think really this comes in with friendships all the time, where there's just some idiot who just wants to start something. Everything's going fine, and then all of a sudden I need to have some drama in my life because I'm bored. And I hate that mentality so much. Like, really, you have to go in and ruin everything that is nice uh, around you just because you are bored. And I think it also comes, I think, with a lack of appreciation too of what you have. When people create this kind of drama within their lives, and they try to pin people against each other, and they make a big scene over something that shouldn't be a big scene, and they only do it for the sake of, I need to create misery in order to feel some satisfaction about myself, because I'm bored with my life, or whatever the reason though being. I just think this whole behavior really is just it's so immature, and there's no sense to it either. And for some reason people, I don't know, it's something maybe about people in this generation or something, but people just like to argue and complain. Like it seems like that's what people like to do all day. Argue and complain and create a firestorm of something that really doesn't need to have a firestorm surrounding it. And then taking things out of context, and you know getting this very, very extreme emotional reaction. And that's usually where the drama starts anyways. So I think it's just so annoying to see it on television. It's again, mostly within reality TV. But this kind of stupidity drama is what I'm talking about. Seeing it happen to people even in real life, and having people, sort of bringing it on other people, and then other people having to deal with the whole drama. And then you have people, once the drama starts, people start taking sides, and you have that whole issue there too, and it's so ridiculous, and it's so nonsensical, because it's really just to get a rise out of everybody, and in doing so create tension where there doesn't need to be any tension there. um, Instead of addressing some maybe dysfunctional part of why you're not satisfied with your life, and I think part of it might be insecurity too. People bring this drama in because they don't feel satisfied to lash out on other people. So I think it's such a bad attitude to have, to start a pointless argument over something that really doesn't need to have an argument. Um, and we have a less cooperative, I think, society. I think, and a lot of it, I think, and as far as I think socially is concerned, and we pin people against each other, and we create these very uncomfortable social settings. My time growing up, I mean, and I think most of the time that I've come across drama, a lot of it is friendship based. A lot of it is centered around friendships where people feel like they need to have some drama, or try not, or feel like they need to pin people against each other, or they feel like they have to um, ignore somebody, and not actually confront them in a rational and reasonable manner. That whole attitude, I think, is just ridiculous, and I think people could use a whole lot less of it in their lives. And trust me, when I had to deal with it, it was annoying. It's not fun. It's not fun dealing with it. I don't get why people feel like this drama is fun. It's not fun, people. I mean, you create misery. Why do you want to create misery? Like, it makes no sense, unless you feel so miserable about your life for whatever reason. Like, why do you have to put this on other people? Why? So yeah, I mean, it's just a horrible mentality, I think, to have, to try to be this, drama queen or drama king and bring out all of this negative energy, instead of trying to think rationally, and try to get to the root of your problems in a calm way, without trying to ruin other people's lives, or force people against each other, or do something or just completely ignore that other person, instead of trying to actually work something out. I think, a lot of it is built, I think, a lot of people's insecurities, and I think, um, really what people should be trying to do is just get away from any any drama, or people that bring in drama, because usually people who bring in drama aren't going to make you feel happy, or good about yourself. And I've experienced this over the years. People who have had arguments with other people, and tried to create this tension, and and not be cooperative, or talk things out. Usually those people don't care about the people that are somewhat part of the drama. It's purely self-centered, and it's egotistical, because all it's really designed is just to kind of get attention, and sort of feed off other people, just because there's some kind of dissatisfaction going on, and insecurity that the person is having. And I think it's just sends such a horrible message to young people, especially teenagers. Um, the whole concept of drama is just, um, you don't need it. You don't need stupid drama in your life. And it's not that I'm against confrontations at all. I am for, if you think something's wrong, stand up for that thing that you think, stand against that one thing that you think is wrong, but do it in a reasonable, rational, logical manner instead of being an idiot and complaining about something that you don't need to complain about and create a first world problem that really shouldn't even be a problem. And again, it's a first world problem anyway. That most of the times these drama scenarios come out, these stupid drama scenarios come out. So, yeah, all you people out there um, who have had this similar experience of and feel that it is not really good for people, then you'll probably agree with things that I'm saying here. And I mean, this can apply to various settings. It's not just friendships, but most of the time I've seen it. Usually, it evolves through friendships, and through circles of people that know each other. I mean, and it's just dumb. It's stupid. It doesn't lead to anything. It creates more problems than it solves, and people who try to create drama in their relationships, like literally, you know, you should be lucky, that you have a relationship, or if you think your relationship is so bad, then why are you even in it to begin with? It's like these people just blows my mind how stupid sometimes these scenarios of drama can get. But, really, I think the world would be a whole lot better if we had less drama in our lives and we focused more on trying to generate cooperation and at the same time, politely disagree with each other or move away from people who are trying to bring in this sort of behavior, because it never ends good. I mean, I don't think any drama storm that ever comes into your life is ever really a good thing. And I think I can probably say that from experience. So if, just surround yourself with positive people, leave these people who just want to bring their own crap onto you, leave them. That's just my advice because usually most of the time, when you do, you end up feeling a whole lot better because you don't have to worry about this cloud hanging over your shoulder constantly, because that's really where the drama comes from. It comes from, you know, generating a storm of just dysfunction. So that's really what I'm talking about when it comes to this kind of a thing. And it can be applied to multiple situations. And again, I'm not against the idea of people confronting each other. What I'm against is the whole overreacting to things that really don't need um, to be really discussed or really debated out. I mean, people making complaints about the smallest things instead of just going on with their lives, instead of like just making a big deal over nothing, is really the drama that I'm talking about. And in doing so, sort of destroying things in their path. So yeah, I think that's really ultimately though all I can say about this topic. I am totally open to hearing what anybody else has to say about these issues. For me personally though, I would say usually people who seek drama have probably a lot of drama within their lives that they don't talk about, or there is just a lot of narcissism within them that was, you know, ingrained to them when they were kids, and they lash that out on other people, just for the sake of they're somehow maybe bored with their lives and feel like, you know, that everything that they have isn't enough, so they have to create some kind of uh, vacuum of crazy. So yeah, I mean, those are the kinds of things that I am talking about. I mean, and I would suggest if you are a kind of person who likes to bring on a lot of drama and tension upon other people, then I would suggest you definitely work on that, because it's not helping. Trust me, from my experience, it does not help. It creates a lot more problems. So yeah, I think that's really, though, ultimately all I can say really though about this particular issue. But I mean, and it varies, you know, we could even go political here, you know, or, you know, any kind of stupid drama or stupid argument over something that doesn't end up amounting to much is usually the times where there's where it's just usually a scenario that doesn't end up well. So yeah, I think less drama in people's lives is a whole lot better, and having uh, at least a not as I mean, a confrontational disagreement is fine, but there's a difference between a confrontational disagreement and a yelling and screaming and hitting each other, or you know, just yelling at each other, spewing insults, or just ignoring the other person completely. You know, there's certain kinds of behaviors that are just very, you know, immature, and I think, you know, this kind of drama is really what uh, fuels that immaturity. So yeah, I think that's really ultimately all I can say though. But if there are any questions, comments, concerns, I'd be more than happy to answer them. If you disagree with me, you are more than welcome to comment below. If you agree with me, you may comment below either and say what you may say whatever you want. But personally, this is just my honest opinion. I feel like that, you know, from the experiences that I've had in life, having less drama and less of this kind of drama really, I think, ends up benefiting everybody in the long run. But yeah, I think that's really ultimately all I can say. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a pleasant day, week, month, and year. And I hope to see you on the next video. The two videos, Fridays and Saturdays video, are going to be delayed because I'm going to be gone. But I will be back at the appropriate time on Sunday, I believe, to catch up. So until then, everybody,